$1,000 a month landing in your account every single month without you clocking in for any of it. Most people assume that takes $1 million and most of a working life to pull off. It does not. The real number is a lot smaller than almost anyone guesses. And here's the part that actually matters. The reason people get this number wrong is the exact same reason most of them never put a single dollar to work. By the end of this video, you will know the precise amount you need for any income target you want. You will know the realistic yield to aim for and the warning sign that tells you a payout is too good to be true. And you will see the 3 dividend funds that ordinary investors have leaned on for the better part of 20 years. Quick note before we start. This video was created using AI narration, and everything in it is for education only. It is not financial advice. Always do your own research or talk to a licensed professional before you invest a dollar. Let us start with the basics, because this whole strategy is simpler than it sounds. When you own a share of certain companies, those companies send a slice of their profits back to you, usually every 3 months, just for holding the stock. That payment is called a dividend. You did not sell anything, you did not do anything. The cash simply shows up. Now multiply that across hundreds of companies inside a single fund, and you have a stream of income that arrives whether the market is up, down, or sideways. That is the appeal in one sentence. It feels like getting paid to be patient. And there is a real psychological edge here that I do not want to brush past, because it is the honest reason dividends are so popular. When the market drops 30%, the investor who is living off selling shares feels every bit of that pain. They are watching their nest egg shrink and selling into the decline. The dividend investor, by contrast, often keeps getting paid right through the storm because well-run companies tend to protect their dividends even when their stock price is falling. That steadiness is worth something real. It keeps people calm, and calm investors do not panic sell at the bottom. So before we complicate anything, let me be clear. Dividend investing is a legitimate, time-tested way to generate income. Millions of retirees have used it well, and we are going to respect it for exactly what it is. Now the math, because once you have this formula, you never need a video like this one again. Here it is. Take the monthly income you want, multiply it by 12 to get the yearly number, then divide that by your expected yield. That is the whole thing. So $1,000 a month is $12,000 a year. Divide 12,000 by a 4% yield, and you get $300,000. That is the amount you would need invested. Watch how much the yield changes the price tag. At a 3% yield, that same $1,000 a month requires $400,000. At 4%, $300,000. Push it to 6%, and on paper, you only need $200,000. Same goal, wildly different amounts. And hold that thought, because the gap between those numbers is exactly where people get themselves into trouble later. Now flip the formula around, because this is the version that actually gets people off the couch. If you already have money invested, take what you have, multiply it by your yield, and divide by 12. That tells you what you are earning in dividends every month right now. Somebody sitting on $80,000 at a 4% yield is already generating about $260 a month. They have just never added it up. Run your own number tonight. It is usually bigger than you expect, and seeing it is what makes the whole thing feel real. So what yield should you actually aim for? For a diversified quality dividend fund, you are realistically looking at something in the 2 to 4% range today. That is the honest zone. Now look back at the formula and you can feel the temptation. If 6% means you need half as much money, why not just chase the highest yield you can find? This is the single most expensive mistake in all of dividend investing, so let me be specific about it. When you see a yield that is dramatically higher than the field, 8, 10, even 12%, that number is almost never free money. It is a flashing warning light. Most of the time, it means the stock price has already collapsed, which mechanically pushes the yield up, right before the company cuts the dividend you were counting on. Think about that for a second. A yield is just the annual payout divided by the price. So when a price falls off a cliff, the yield can look enormous for a little while, even though the business underneath it is in real trouble. That is called a dividend trap, and it punishes you twice. Once when they slash the dividend you were living on, and again on the share price that dragged you in. The lesson is simple. A big number on the screen is not the same thing as safe, durable income. So here's the rule I would tattoo on the inside of your eyelids. A normal yield from a boring, high-quality fund will almost always beat an exciting yield from something you do not fully understand. Chase quality first and let the income follow. If this is the kind of straight, no-hype breakdown you have been looking for, do me a quick favor and subscribe. It genuinely helps the channel, and it means you will not miss the rest of this series. All right, let us put real names on the board because you asked for it. These are 3 of the most popular dividend funds in the country, and they have earned that popularity over the better part of 20 years. I am naming them as examples to learn from, not as recommendations for your specific situation. First, the broad and steady one, Vanguard High Dividend Yield, ticker VYM. It holds around 600 dividend-paying companies, charges almost nothing to own, and yields somewhere in the low 2% range. Its job is simple: wide diversification, dependable income, very few surprises. Second, the crowd favorite, the Schwab U.S. Dividend Equity Fund, ticker SCHD. It runs a quality screen that looks for companies with strong balance sheets and a long history of paying, and it lands around a 3% yield. What people love about it is not just the yield, it is the payout growth. The income it kicks off has historically climbed at a healthy clip year after year. Third, and pay close attention to this one, Vanguard Dividend Appreciation, ticker VIG. This fund only holds companies that have raised their dividend for at least 10 straight years, and it deliberately skips the highest yielders. So its yield is the lowest of the 3, often under 2%. And here's the detail that should make you sit up. Despite paying the smallest dividend of the group, VIG has historically delivered the highest total return of the 3. Hold on to that, because in a minute, it is going to flip how you think about this entire game. Now let us make those big, intimidating numbers feel reachable, because the path matters more than the destination. Say you are buying a fund yielding about 3%, and you let your money compound along the way at a reasonable long-term rate. To build $250,000, you are looking at somewhere around $260 a month for 25 years. That $250,000 then throws off roughly $7,500 a year in dividends, about $600 a month for the rest of your life. Stretch your goal to $500,000, and a contribution closer to $520 a month over that same stretch gets you there. The reward is about $15,000 a year in income, roughly $1,250 a month. And the big one, a full $1 million lands within reach at a bit over $1,000 a month and pays out around $30,000 a year in dividends. The exact figures will move with your returns and your timeline, so treat these as illustrations, not promises. But notice the shape of it. Nobody on this list got rich in a year. They got there with steady, unremarkable contributions and a lot of patience. That is the actual secret, and it is boring on purpose. Now here is the part most dividend videos will never tell you, and it is the most important thing I am going to say today. Remember VIG, the fund with the lowest yield that still beat the other 2 on total return. That is not a fluke. It is the whole point. The dividend is not the prize. The total return is the prize. The dividend is just one way of getting paid. Let me make this concrete. Imagine two retirees with the exact same nest egg. One owns a high-yield portfolio and lives on the dividends. The other owns a broad growth portfolio, and when they need cash, simply sells a small slice of shares. If the second portfolio grew faster overall, that retiree can sell a little each year and still end up wealthier, with more income than the one who chased dividends. Once you are past retirement age and you have full access to your accounts, a dividend is not the only way to create a paycheck. Selling a few shares does the same job, and it does not force you to bend your entire portfolio toward whatever happens to pay the most right now. So why own dividend funds at all? Because that steady income is genuinely calming. It reduces the urge to panic sell, and for a lot of people, it makes a plan they can actually stick with. That is real value. Just do not confuse the income with the return. Build for total return first, and let dividends be a welcome tailwind, not the engine you bolt everything onto. Two quick practical notes, and then we will wrap. Where you hold these funds matters. Inside a retirement account, those dividends can compound without an annual tax bill nipping at them. And while you are still building, the smartest move is usually to reinvest every dividend automatically. So each payment buys more shares, which pay more dividends, which buy more shares. That snowball is a whole video of its own, and it is coming later in this series. So let us tie it together. The amount you need is just your yearly income goal divided by your yield, nothing mystical about it. Aim for a sane, quality yield in the low single digits, and treat anything wildly higher as a warning, not an opportunity. Get there with steady contributions and patience. And above all, build for total return, and let the dividends be the bonus, not the obsession. Do that, and $1,000 a month stops being a fantasy and starts being a date on the calendar. The next video in the series is 7 passive income streams that actually work in 2026, and 3 that do not, where we separate the income ideas that genuinely pay from the ones that are really just jobs in disguise. I will see you there. If you got value from this, hit the like button and subscribe so the next one finds you. It is the simplest way to support the channel. And one last time for the record, this was AI narrated and it is education only, not financial advice. Your situation is your own, so do your own research or check with a licensed professional before you invest.